started a YouTube, but I just thought about it as something good to try. So if you see this on YouTube, congratulations. So let's start. We'll just start with Emma Frost, where I feel she's at. Not a super high ranked player. I will say that. So I'll sit here and act like my opinion's super valid, but I don't know. I feel like in her current state, she's a solid A tier player. I always feel like I don't end up with her unless I play her on my team in comp. If we need another tank, I definitely don't mind second tank as her. You just feel like you can do a lot. Her buff that extends her range. So it's much easier to get flyers now. That's been really important when I played to get flyers out of the air. Her shield did decrease, but I haven't found it to be that big of a problem. So I feel like she's still in a very, very good position as a tank. Ultron. People were very worried about how he was going to be when he saw the trailer and different stuff, because he's only got one way to heal, right? But I have seen him be very important, and a lot of people that are playing him are doing the DPS strategy where they focus damage and are still getting a lot of healing done off of the little drone. Surprising. That's definitely not good. You really almost in a comp game probably need two others with him. You might could pull it off with one. But I would certainly give him A at the moment. He's not up here like as a crucial. If you want to win, you need him on your team, because we've not really. It's not really been a struggle to deal with him. You know what I'm saying? To get him killed, and even killing him in ult. But he is, as far as I'm concerned, a lot better than I was expecting. I'm gonna go higher with Star-Lord than maybe some people do, but I truly feel like I can see the vision with him. He's who I play consistently. Only character I have Lord on. And I love playing him. He can counter basically anything, it feels like. He can get out of tough situations by, his flip literally makes him invincible for that however long second or whatever. He can fly. I mean, it's just too many good things about him. His ult's great. You got the mag thing where he can bubble him while he's up there. If your healers are paying attention, they can keep him alive. It can be a devastating ult to the enemy team if timed right. And I still, to this day, don't see a ton of people playing. Maybe he's even higher up. I don't. But I will see very few on the enemy team trying to play Star-Lord when he is. I don't even feel the skill level needs to be that high compared to like playing a dive character like Magic or Black Panther. And he can be either way. He can be steady on the attack, or he can kind of hang back and shoot and take out flyers and make sure the back line's up. So I mean, he to me is the best DPS in the game. Even though they have tried to do different things, like I think they just made it take a little bit longer to get his ult, but he still can be gotten pretty fast. I felt. So that's why he's up there. I'm not saying he's the best character in the game. I'm saying he is easily best for me. And I'm still not sure why I don't see as much appreciation for him. I don't know. Maybe I'm too low still. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange. I had never played Strange in my life till the other day. It was in a quest. If you've been playing a lot lately, you know that it was him and Squirrel Girl or somebody, I don't know, and he had to get 15,000 damage with him. I was like, well, it should be pretty quick with him because you can use his shield. And I can really see why he was the best tank, and now he's still one of the best tanks in the game. He is very, very useful, and does. I feel like he needs a little bit more damage than what he's doing, which I think they nerfed that. I think they took some of his health down at some point. May have rebuffed that. Either way, he's really good. A good Strange player, and make a huge difference on your team or on the other. Plus, this team up with Wanda right now. So I feel like he's definitely A tier. Like you could pick better tanks, but yeah, I'm not gonna go as crazy with Storm as some people have been, putting her in S tier. I just don't feel like I've seen enough really good Storms this season. Seen more Iron Man, but I think that is because of the Iron Man Ultron team up. Yeah, I've seen a few people just do her and the Jeff team up, and that's about it. Like I don't know. I don't feel like she's been devastating. I've heard people talking about her this season being the best flyer and being like a really good DPS, but it is what it is. Magneto, still S. I believe he was in S last time. I'm putting him back in there. He's just such a good tank, man. Like the biggest difference between these two for me is the ult. Everything else I feel like they're fairly equal on. I think that Magneto maybe still does more damage per shot or something. But his ult is better to me than Doctor Strange. I think that's one of the things that's made Magneto get further ahead in the tank battle. Being able to take out support ults with it. He can literally counter Star-Lord or Punisher. Yeah, but Strange's ult, while it being very good, it's very difficult to do correctly. Especially with people being very conscious of it now. You need to almost sneak attack it on them. Fall down land on them with it. About the only way you're really going to pull it out. Luna, definitely still an S. Because now she's got to team up with Hawkeye. So you're like, well, who do we need to ban? We got to figure out something here because too many characters that need to be banned. So you're just kind of stuck dealing with picking the worst, picking which one you want to deal with. Thankfully, the Spider-Man team. But Luna, and in fact, Luna right now I think does even more damage. Like she can kill freaking a DPS pretty fast. Freeze is super useful. Her ult's still great. I mean, it's, yeah. Too many good things. Hulk. Going A. He did lose the Iron Man team up, but still has no more. But I never did really see him as an S tier. I know he was really good because of the team up, and that's why he kept getting banned. He's still regularly banned. I feel like it's going to shift a little bit now that, like I said, the Iron Man team up's not there. But if you still let him and the more through, you've got to deal with that team up and those squids. So, and he is a really good tank. The bubble he can use, stay alive, he can stun, and he does good damage against the little characters, DPS healers. So definitely deserving of A. I just don't really see him in S at the moment. Invisible Woman, I do think it's S as a healer. I play her, if I'm doing healing, I try and play either her or, mainly because I'm not a great healer, Cloak and Dagger. But yes, I mean, I don't think they changed anything to her this season, so she's still really, really good, really strong healer. But can be killed out of it by Magneto. But yeah, both of these still probably the best healers in the game. Cloak and Dagger, I'm going B, first B character of the day. Because now that I've been in the game a while, I'm starting to agree that yes, she, while we kind of really thought this was a great character, I'm really believing now that it is not. Healing is so slow compared to, I mean, both of these. I mean, it takes 3 days to heal something. And it's fine to play her, but you need to quickly realize when you're playing, like, okay, we're gonna win this, not necessarily because of me, but because the rest of the team is doing good, and I'm just helping keep them alive. There's a second healer that's doing probably more than you. Even though she does almost all the time get a lot of healing in, it's just not enough healing most of the time. In the moment, yeah, over the course of games you may get between 15 and 20,000, but so did the other healer, and it was, or maybe more from the other healer, and it was more important instead of just, healing little by little like she does. That's where I feel she's at this season. It might fall even further I've even seen people talking about like, oh, you need to ban her because of people that don't want to play healer will just pick her because it's easy. You know, you don't even have to pay attention. You just throwing the healing, the auto hits and everything. So I think that's a little overboard. People just hella. Still probably S tier. I don't know that I put her in S tier last time. A little bit negative on her, but she's very powerful DPS. I mean, there's not much else you can say. I mean, she can do a lot of damage from far away. You got pretty good aim. You can take the flyers out. Good ult. Not much to complain. Iron Man. I'm gonna say is it. It's a lot harder than where I put him last time. I know that. But his team up with Ultron, I think he's gonna cause him to get a lot of bans. And it's just like Iron Man players have seemed to go freaking crazy lately. Yeah. I think we'll see plenty of Iron Man bans. Just so you deal with just Ultron, you don't deal with both of them in the season. Just like get rid of him over Storm or Johnny. Loki. Loki, I'm feeling he is just in the middle, honestly. Like the thing is, it's like you need whoever's going to play Loki to be a really good Loki player. That knows how to use a lot of different sports in the game and knows which one to pick at the right time, you know. Feels like a lot of Lokis they get are pretty good, but then either their ult isn't timed right. You know, they just do something because their ult's ready. They don't sit on it and wait for the right time. Either do another healer ult or to do a ton of damage that we need. So, but Loki definitely feels underappreciated all throughout the game, at least to me, because I feel like he can be extremely useful. But he's just not quite up there. Because most people still don't really use him to the best. Namor is B to me. He really needs to team up to be worth the crap. So if either one of them, I mean, if False banned, like I've not even hardly seen that many picks with him this season compared to last season. He was picked a lot, and now he depends on Hulk's getting through. And it feels like people are finally really good at countering him. Because he wasn't ever really that good to begin with. So it just depends on how good the team is overall. If the team is bad, Namor's a terrible pick. Because yeah, you can try and backline, stay with your healers, but if your healers are trash, they're going to get killed anyway, and then you're going to get killed. If your healers are good, you can probably counter dive pretty well. That's what was making a difference. I'm gonna go because his ult is finally important since since season 2, since it can actually heal. It feels unless your team actually focuses his beacon and gets rid of it, it's another ult that you can't kill anybody in. So I feel like between that and his actual healing is pretty good. Bubble. I think they buffed him at some point, maybe at the beginning of the 2. I mean, he's always been good at putting out damage, but people just never focused on putting out damage. I mean, he can definitely put out a lot of damage. Bucky's still an A for me. Maybe should be an S. I just feel like he's a really solid character. Maybe I should put him up there. I'll stick with A. Bucky. Warlock going B because it's the same situation. Unless it is somebody that really has a great understanding of Adam, it's the same with Loki. It's like, all right, buddy, when are you gonna heal us? And he's like, I don't know. Go get a heal pack, bro. Warlock to me feels like the same as Mantis. Like people that don't really want to play healer but want to do damage will pick Adam or Mantis. Just so that way they don't really have to hear you. Adam can be annoying on the opposite side if played correctly. Wolverine is different because he in the higher ranks. Like I couldn't even tell you last time I've seen a Wolverine. In rank I'm at in platinum, like I mean it just doesn't feel like he gets used that much. But then in higher ranks, I've seen clips of people, playing super crazy with him, Obviously, he's got to be an A, at least A. But I couldn't tell you. I'm barely seeing the dude. So my opinion is not like, oh, he should be an S. But he's got to be an at least A. He can do a ton of damage. I mean, he can kidnap. Kidnapping is kind of the biggest part of his game. Wanda, freaking D. I can't stand her. I know she got this team up, but freaking trash, bro. I don't know. If I see her on the other team, I'm just ticked off right now. Cause I'm like, I do not want to deal with this crap. And there are some fairly decent ones out there that won't just hold crap. Won't just hold the right click. They'll actually throw the other things you got, and that can do a lot of damage if it hits. And that's when I get really ticked off. Like, well, this isn't just some new player; it's somebody that actually does know how to play her. She's still easy to take out, easy to deal with. Well, she's at the bottom for me. Brute, yeah, has to be S. I mean, you can't let the dude play. You know, that's the way it is. And somebody who knows how to play him, game's ruined. Ruined. I mean, you can't do anything. There's going to be walls everywhere. And you're going to get destroyed. The ult's great. It's, the healers manage to keep you alive. Like I said, his walls, they're good with placing the walls. You're cooked. I mean, I've seen it countless times where he just boom places the big wall, and whatever tank is on the other side of it, boom, obliterated by Groot and the other team. Because you can't get any heals to him. I mean, he's done. So those walls like that, especially the big one that takes a lot more damage to get broke through. If there's no way to save that tank, he's done. Or if he cuts off the tank and a DPS or tank and a healer, I mean, they're both dead. You know? The healer can try, but the rest of the team can't see them. So that's why he is gonna keep me in banned, stay banned. Punisher's buff really brought him up. I was gonna put him in like C, but his buff, he now can shoot 40 bullets. Like I've seen, like you can literally destroy a tank with that without changing. Like if you hit a majority of the shots. Now I'm not saying you're just gonna be able to stand there and shoot, hit every one of them, but if you hit a majority of the shots, you can cut him to half of 75% HP without changing the magazine. So between that and the rest of your team hitting that tank, the healing's not gonna be able to do enough. So that and his ult change put him in a great spot. Still, if you're gonna pick characters, if you're gonna pick DPS, if, you know, most people aren't gonna pick him. He still would be like with the when he was with the ammo boost thing. Which is why they buffed him, because he's not in that. They got rid of that team up. Yeah. It's just really more for like if your team is straight up trying to do the most damage possible because of now his gun and his turret and his own. But still, I can't justify putting him any higher. Not possible. Iron Fist, same thing. I mean, even a good Iron Fist nowadays seems like get bubbled to dust. I think because too many of them are still playing him with the I can just dive in there and beat everybody up and win a 5v6 or a 1v6. I mean, it's just not happening anymore because of it's not season 0. I mean, we understand how to counter him. We understand one person can't fight it by itself. Like the whole team needs to just boom focus and kill him, and he's done. But yeah, I feel like he's good, but he's not great to be up in S tier area. Black Widow, still just not it. Really, I mean, I feel like they had a chance with adding some sort of good team up. I know some people thought the Hawkeye one with her was useful, but it wasn't. It's really more of the thing of you wouldn't pick it over some other team. Right? So now that that's gone, I mean, I think there's a team up with her and Punisher, but it's just still not worth it when there's other much better team ups in the game. Jeff, I'm not gonna put him up all the way at the bottom, but his rework has not stopped anybody from playing him. I can tell you that because I still see the dude incontinence. I think a lot of people will want to try him out. Why they wanted to try him out in comp, I don't know. But try him out and Sharknado. He's a little bit light cloak and dagger with his healing. It just never feels like it's enough healing in the actual game. Yeah, he may have great healing stats at the end of the game, but it wasn't enough like it is with Invisible Woman and on the snow. It feels like the healing is too slow, even though it's getting there. You can give out healing with his spraying and his bubbles, but it just never feels like it's enough. Obviously, they completely reworked his underground stuff and his DPS abilities that some people were really hanging on to his some of his best qualities, which I'm glad. He was very, very annoying and hard to kill. It is what it is now. Johnny, A tier. Last season, because definitely the first part of season 2, just season 2, not 2.5, definitely could have put him in S tier and probably said he was the best fire. But now that they kind of built him, nursed him a little bit, he's not quite as good. That's not saying he's bad in anything. He is still shows up a lot. I just don't feel like he's gonna get banned as much anymore. He was good. Black Panther, hard to see him. He he's just not like with the same thing with he's not there's not enough healing from Jeff. It's the same thing with Black Panther. There's not enough damage being done. I'm gonna have to be right back. BRB. Made it back. Made it back. It's fantastic. You just can't just start putting in any higher. And there's been a lot more good fantastic players. That's what really pop up and can be an extremely big problem on the other team. It's always on the other team. Never on my team, but on the other. Yeah. Venom lost the Spidey team up. Didn't really hurt him that much, but it was one of the bigger reasons he didn't play. It's still a really good guy, I think. But once again, just not the type of thing you would stick, to really control a game. He's not that type of thing. Maybe a solid second tank. Some on the map and stuff like that. I think Thor is in a much better place this season now. With a little bit of rework they just did with him. Still haven't seen him a ton. Seen a couple of them really put some work in. Hawkeye. Oh, that's not right. I'm gonna go crazy with him. I'm gonna say he's S tier. His freeze and team up with Luna is gonna keep it banned. Most likely. Feel like it feels like you got so many people you're trying to ban that you just run out. Literally one game I had not too long ago, we both managed to ban the exact same two characters. It was Spider-Man and Hulk. And both times our teams picked those characters in the same order. We banned Hulk first and then we banned Spider-Man. Crazy. But that's where I feel he's at. Squirrel Girl. I can't quite justify just putting her in the hate category of D, but I still can't stand her. Or just easy to play. You just can stand there and throw crap. Just stand there and bomb the enemy team. Like somebody just said the other day, it's like Iron Man's the same kind of way, but we justify using him. He's a flyer and his ult's really powerful and blah blah blah. He just stands there and bombs. Just hangs out there and bombs. And she does the exact same thing from the ground. Just throwing bombs. It's like you don't have to hit. That's what's insane. You don't have to hit anything. It can bounce off and hit somebody and you get the damage and the kill. Like, what? I don't think there's anybody else in here that has an ability like that. Am I crazy? If there's the splash effect, right, of Iron Man, even Groot, I think, his bombs kind of hit more area. I don't know. She's just so freaking annoying. You're able to get to the healers, you can get rid of them and get rid of her. 9 times out of 10 though. She's not terribly difficult to deal with most games. Most games, not all the time. Most games. Um, Still don't see Penny being any higher than that. I mean, she's better this season. Um, but she's going to be better only in certain situations. And yet, I'll still see people will pick her. I like on a random map and with the tanks that's not going to be useful to have uh, with Penny. But yeah, Cap also be like his health loss, his shield doesn't generate as fast anymore. I mean, he's gonna have a lot more trouble getting in and staying in the back line for very long. And just staying alive in general. Because that was what he was so good at, was staying alive. Like you couldn't deal with the dude. He was always gonna stay alive. So now that they kind of nerfed that, I feel like he's gonna have quite the impact. He's not back down to where he was, at the bottom of the field. Psylocke also in A. I think that's where she was landing last time. They did nerf her a little bit. I'm not understanding why. I thought she was in a very good spot. So why they took anything down from her at all, I don't know. That one didn't. That was one of these ones that made no sense to me. Out of everything. But yes, she's still very useful. A very solid choice out of the DPS. That's why I like these DPS. And B and C are like, yeah, you should play them, but like these other ones are really good, you know. How it is. Thing in B. Thing was a really good tank. Now I feel like he's fell down a little bit. He's like a little lesser version of the Hulk. Kind of where he's at. He's great for anti-dive still. Stopping Black Panthers and magic stuff like that. Diving in on you. But once again, it's just not quite worth the pick. I'm gonna go crazy and say Spidey is NC. Like I don't feel like now that he's lost his team up, he's gonna be used as much. Well, I say that the Spider-Man mains are like not gonna give it up. That's all they know how to play. That's all they want to play. And they want everybody else to suffer if they're not winning, so they're not switching. So you'll still see them, but it feels a little bit easier to counter. But on certain maps, like you kind of know he needs to be banging, or he's going to just be yanking people off. Still, that's really where I'm going to say he's going to be useful. Outside of that, sometimes you'll be able to deal with him. Moon Knight also. I can't just stop putting him any higher than that. I think he still has like the lowest win rate, if I'm not mistaken. Oops. Win rate. 42%, bro. Up 42% win rate. That's pretty terrible. Let's look at that graph. 45. I mean, it's still higher than them. Groot has a 50.6% win rate. That is insanely high. Adams is even pretty high. BP low. No, that's not terrible though. Wow, yeah. See, Black Widow, same thing. Very low. Strange still around a 50. Emma's over 50. That's why she keeps getting big. Hulk is actually a little bit lower. But he like I said, he has been being banned. Invisible Woman. Invisible Woman's only at 45. Wow, that's shocking. He's still over 50. Yeah, Moon Knight is so low when it comes to helping win. Crazy. A solid B for Mantis. If the team can roll with doing damage and having her, give you leaps every once in a while, got another good healer. I mean, she's a good option, but she's just kind of in a weird spot for me. Magic. Easily A tier. And if it's a good magic, they are S tier. But the magics are up and down. Very up and down. Some of them are really good and some of them keep diving and they stop. They get down a notch or they're just going to keep going in there and dying. She's difficult to counter, honestly. One of the hardest to counter, in my opinion. Because of her stun with the sword, knocking you in the air, and that takes a lot of damage, and then before you can do anything else, it's going to hit you 2 more times. So it's like, she disappears, reappears, slings again, and it's like, girl, can't get near you, can't do anything. She really needs to be taken out from a distance. But if she gets close to you, you can't get away from her. So, she's still in a really good spot. I don't think anything's changed to her. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. This is it for me. This is the 2.5 Rivals tier list from somebody in Platinum. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I think it's pretty solid, honestly.